PTV2 Zambia, the channel that never sleeps. From community stories in your backyard to national headlines shaping the country and sports and international updates that keep you ahead, we bring it all to your screen. 24/7 news, fast, reliable, unmatched. Catch us on Topstar, channel 110. Watch live on Facebook, PTV2 Zambia. Prime TV2 Zambia, your window to the nation, your gateway to the world.
Bushe mwalikwata Topstar decoder. Bushe mwalishiwa kutila kutimwatamba Prime TV2 Zambia pa channel 110 nga chakutila mlefu okumfwa amadiashi ayalekanalekana okufuma kunchende ishapusana. Bakanyekanye mukumipekanisisha amadiashi konse kuntumletu mfuila maliba abaiteanya inshita yonse kumulabasa wenu wa Prime TV2. Prime TV2 omulabasa wenu kumadiashi nembila nsuma mumishi yenu.
What is love if you don't give it away?
Want to charm a woman anyway because you are built to pursue.
A purpose marriage, really, and it takes a lot of intentionality.
True companionship is not proximity. It is a mutual knowing. Intentional love will always win. Join us for Love Diaries, where couples share their love stories, play fun games, and more. Love Diaries, where love is honest, learning is constant, and conversations matter. Love Diaries, love will always win. What is love if you don't give it away?
Want to charm a woman anyway because you are built to pursue.
A purpose marriage, really, and it takes a lot of intentionality.
True companionship is not proximity. It is a mutual knowing. Intentional love will always win. Join us for Love Diaries, where couples share their love stories, play fun games, and more. Love Diaries, where love is honest, learning is constant, and conversations matter. Love Diaries, love will always win. What is love if you don't give it away?
Want to charm a woman anyway because you are built to pursue.
A purpose marriage, really, and it takes a lot of intentionality.
True companionship is not proximity. It is a mutual knowing. Intentional love will always win. Join us for Love Diaries, where couples share their love stories, play fun games, and more. Love Diaries, where love is honest, learning is constant, and conversations matter. Love Diaries, love will always win.
What do we stand for? We stand for possibility, for the belief that every tomorrow begins with a choice made today. We stand for growth, for curiosity that pushes boundaries, for knowledge that prepares you not just to adapt, but to lead. We stand for community, for minds that don't just think, but connect, for hands that don't just build, but uplift. We stand for experiences that shape you, for friendships that anchor you, for courage that carries you beyond this place. Here you become more than a student. You become a maker of solutions, a believer in dreams, a contributor to something greater than yourself. This is where purpose meets possibility. This is where futures are built. Chas Brookbasar University, where you stand for what matters.
What is love if you don't give it away?
Want to charm a woman anyway, because you are built to pursue.
A purpose marriage, really, and it takes a lot of intentionality.
True companionship is not proximity. It is a mutual knowing. Intentional love will always win. Join us for Love Diaries, where couples share their love stories, play fun games, and more. Love Diaries, where love is honest, learning is constant, and conversations matter. Love Diaries.
Early in the morning, fire on the stove, love in a pie, that's the life we know. From the fields to the table, every bite it shows. Primarily me, the taste of home. Primarily me, the taste of home. Primarily me, the taste of home. Mama in the kitchen, we never eat alone. Primarily me, the taste of home.
Prime Mill Meal, pure, proudly Zambian, the taste of home.
When news breaks, we are already there. Welcome to Prime TV2 Zambia, the channel that never sleeps. From community stories in your backyard to national headlines shaping the country and unmatched. Catch us on Topstar, channel 110. Watch live on Facebook, PTV2 Zambia. Prime TV2 Zambia, your window to the nation, your gateway to the world.
What is love if you don't give it away?
Want to charm a woman anyway because you are built to pursue.
A purpose marriage, really, and it takes a lot of intentionality.
True companionship is not proximity. It is a mutual knowing. Intentional love will always win. Join us for Love Diaries, where couples share their love stories, play fun games, and more. Love Diaries, where love is honest, learning is constant, and conversations matter. Love Diaries, love will always win.
Welcome to the News Flash on PTV2, the home of breaking news. We're coming to you live on Topstar, channel 110, and streaming live on our Facebook page, that is PTV2 Zambia. A look at your stories making headlines this afternoon. A man of Lilanda compound in Lusaka who was set ablaze by his friend following a fight has died while receiving treatment at Levi Mwanawasa University Teaching Hospital. Gibson Mwewa Foundation rescues Mansa woman left homeless by heavy rains. Kalomo's Nazilongo community raises alarm over rising schoolgirl pregnancies linked to lack of a secondary school. With the news in detail, my name is Luando Billy Chalekai. Now we begin our news on a sad note. A man of Lilanda compound in Lusaka who was set ablaze by his friend following a fight has died while receiving treatment at Levi Mwanawasa University Teaching Hospital. The victim, Gibson Zulu, died on March 9, 2026, around 21:30 hours at the hospital where he had been admitted with severe burns and head injuries sustained during the incident. Zambia police spokesperson Godfrey Jilavi has confirmed the development, stating that the incident occurred on March 8th around 20 hours. Mr. Jilavi explains that the landlord, Tom Malombo, 32, had disturbances coming from the residence of his tenant, identified as Alan, and upon checking, he found him, Gibson Zulu, believed to be between 26 and 30 years old, engaged in a violent fight. He states that attempts to intervene were unsuccessful as Alan allegedly continued assaulting Zulu while threatening anyone who tried to stop him. Mr. Jilavi says that the following morning, around 05 hours, March 9th, smoke was seen coming from the house, adding that Malombo, together with neighbors, forced entry into the house and discovered Gibson Zulu on fire with severe burns.
The Zambia Police Service informs the public that Gibson Zulu, the victim in the previously reported case of grievous assault and arson in Ilanda compound, Lusaka, has died. Mr. Zulu died on March 9, 2026, around 21:30 hours at Levi Mwanawasa University Teaching Hospital, where he had been receiving treatment for severe burns and head injuries sustained during the incident. Following his death, a docket for murder has been opened and police have intensified the manhunt for the suspect Alan Chibuye, who remains at large. The body of the deceased has been deposited in the mortuary at Levi Mwanawasa University Teaching Hospital, awaiting a post-mortem examination. Members of the public with information that may assist in the apprehension of the suspect are urged to report to the nearest police station. Thank you.
The Gibson Muir Foundation has come to the aid of Given Chipulu, a woman of Shilo village in Namwandwe area of Masa district whose house collapsed following the recent heavy rains. Chipulu, a mother of two who is also reportedly mentally unstable, has been spending nights in the cold for about a month after her house fell down due to the persistent rains that have affected parts of the district. Foundation Executive Director Professor Gibson Mwewa, who visited the affected woman, expressed concern over her situation and facilitated her relocation to a more conducive environment. More on this report.
For over a month, this has been the place where Given Chipulu and her two children have been spending their nights. The mother of two from Shulu village in Namwando ward of Mansa district was left homeless after her house collapsed following heavy rains, forcing the family to endure harsh conditions while seeking shelter in the open. Chipulu's situation has raised concern among members of the community who have witnessed the difficult circumstances she and her children have been living in.
Tachiwe mefe na ngupano no fwebe kala mpala fwebe na mpala mano na tumfono mwenso kwe batinga afwa limbi kutu abamubu afya na ifa kunati mwaliku sita mwebele ubuteko kwe batibuse muafweko uyu muntu muafweni ko kulingana ne mwalepita na mubi pata muweme infula na ichiramo ya kwe bati abana na malata mwalela ala tachiweme mwe bantu apapa tatulipanshi.
In response, well-wishers have stepped in to offer support. Among them is the Gibson Moore Foundation, which has pledged to assist Chipulu by relocating her and her children to a more conducive and safer place to stay.
So chopamo nga ndumeshabo Gibson Mwewa. Twala munefe twala achita batukufuma bushikubwalelo pano twabafumyapo. Twala bafwaira pa kwikala na fyonse fyala konkapo. Community ne yala imwena kutampa papene ero turesela ndefu atfwaye nganda bwangu ubushikubwalelwa papene na mawaza nono vengiremo tabalale pano.
Meanwhile, Area Ward Councillor Mwaba Kapusa has expressed gratitude to the foundation for the timely intervention and support rendered to the vulnerable family.
We want to thank Professor Gibson Mwewa for coming on board. When we heard about this situation, we engaged Professor Gibson Mwewa. As you may know, disaster only comes in when we report about five houses or more. That's when disaster will come in. But we can't be waiting for disaster. That's why that policy has to change. A disaster, whether one, whether two, three, it's a disaster, and we have to come in. We are supposed to come in even before we engage the private partner. That's why our job as councillors is not only to look at the government, it's also to look at other people that can help us. So I want to thank Professor that he has come to our aid today to make sure that the lady and the two children that we found here are put in a better position.
The gesture has been warmly received by members of the community, many of whom have followed Chipulu's situation and welcomed the assistance aimed at improving our living conditions.
Pasco
Mukabira, Prime TV News in Mansa, Luapula Province.
And now moving on to news. Reports of schoolgirl children in the Zilongo area of Kalomo district getting pregnant due to lack of a secondary school have emerged. This is because pupils have to walk about 14 kilometers to the nearest Monde secondary school, where they are forced to rent small houses as they acquire secondary school education. This has resulted in others getting pregnant while others engage in other bad vices due to what has been termed as freedom and lack of supervision and monitoring. Parents in the locality are appealing to the government to consider constructing a secondary school within that will allow many of the girl children come from their respective homes where they are monitored and nurtured by parents. Colombo Tamanangombe has more.
Some parents in Nazlongo area of Kalomo district in Southern Province have continued raising concerns over their daughters who are in secondary school but are getting pregnant as they rent houses. This is because the entire Naslongo has no single secondary school. This means that pupils who are in secondary school classes have to walk about 14 kilometers to access education from a nearby secondary school, forcing them to rent accommodation nearby, resulting in teenage pregnancies. This structure was started by the community, but financial challenge is another problem, resulting in the project stalling.
Secondary tatuchesi so secondary yakatalika kuyaga mukuli penzia tulomako mabrogo ikute kwatujane iri yorwa bana kuti tujane secondary asweko
eno tujisibu yumuyumu mbuli pomwe abona ambo twendera lintorevo tushotede ituburo itwabununga guya mujuru
turajana mapenzi mukuti kutora bana muhigolo zimbi konya muhigolo himbi yotutola bana janika kuti bana tabayiyaga boti bajanika mukuyabo mita.
The parents are concerned with the 14 kilometers pupils need to cover, urging the government to consider using CDF to complete this infrastructure.
Distance yabana wenda uzwa kuno kuna zilongo kuinga kuchigoro cha kwa monde about 14 kilometers kuraho maningi itwapenga ituburo kuti tupange malinto ago bikamu ma window na ring beam.
According to information gathered by Prime TV, it's been 3 times this project is submitted for consideration under CDF, but it has always not seen the light at the end of the tunnel. This has prompted the Edgar Seaga Jooma Foundation, a non-government organization, to urge citizens to elect leaders who can prioritize education and other emergency sectors.
The households around this area have been pushing for a secondary school, and it's well accepted by the DEBs. We will encourage the voters to vote for people that are interested in building pieces of infrastructure, for example, because sometimes when we choose leaders who have misplaced priorities, even when we have CDF, for example, constituency development funds at our disposal, if we don't believe in using those funds for things like schools or other pieces of infrastructure, it will be very difficult for us to develop in that line.
Area councillor declined to comment on the matter despite pressure to have a secondary school opened in this area. Kwalambota, Mwanangombe, Prime TV News, in Naslongo area of Kaloma District, Southern Province.
The Council of Churches in Zambia, CCZ, has called for decisive action to address the growing menace of sexual exploitation targeting women and girls. Speaking to PTV2 News, CCZ General Secretary James Peary said cases of sexual exploitation remains prevalent in various sectors of society, particularly in workplaces, universities, and within churches. Father Peary has observed that has observed the urgent need to establish safe and supportive spaces where women and girls can report incidents of exploitation without fear of intimidation, stigma, or retaliations. More in this report.
The Council of Churches in Zambia, CCZ, is calling for urgent action against sexual exploitation targeting women and girls. The CCZ appeal comes amid concerns over persistent sexual exploitation in workplaces, universities, and churches.
As a nation, we are pleased to note that strides that have been made by both the government and civil society organizations in creating a more conducive environment for all women and girls. However, we remain concerned about the need for swift action in matters affecting women and girls. We call for the establishment of safe spaces where women and girls can report sexual exploitation in all areas of life without fear or intimidation. Unfortunately, pockets of sexual exploitation still exist in places of work, schools, universities, and sometimes even in our churches.
CCZ General Secretary Father James Peary has urged all stakeholders to collaborate in combating sexual exploitation and ensuring that perpetrators are held accountable.
Ensuring that the rights of women and girls are not only advocated for, but swift and decisive action is taken whenever those rights are violated. We therefore urge everyone to lock arms in combating such vices at all levels, ensuring that those who are found wanting are held accountable without fear or favor.
Father Piri reminds women and girls of their inherent value and dignity.
In an era of social media, we also want to remind all women and girls that they are fearfully and wonderfully made. Nothing should make you feel less than who you are. You are loved by God and you are loved by us. You are enough on your own. You are valued.
Jesse Kalambo, Prime Television News in Lusaka.
Siansungo Village Headman-in-Chief Simwata Jela's chiefdom, Friday Mangwato, has called for women participation in politics at local government level. Headman Siansungo says women are key in national development, stating that he is convinced beyond reasonable doubt that they can bring development. Speaking when he met local people in the area, Headman Siansungo reminded locals of challenges they have passed through at the hands of politicians who he says have failed to respond to people's cries, calling for more women to take part.
Tuyanda kuti inkwari kukonzeka muchiteni mu makansula zika kuli 50-50 kambo kokutarikira development yamo munomo tukede panoli vanakazi nowakaintumura ruse mulavona rusumbuko rwavo maningi kuno sweno unomwaka tukakukavhureva makansila ziva makaintu
unomwaka kukavhureva makansila va makaintu
mukaromo muya so atuverekera ntomwe ndiromba kuti kamuranga kutwakazwa kamuranga vana venu mbumwe akatumbuka vamwe vana venu muramba vozokuzwa kumatarikiro muranguwe mwana muranguwe
itwambo twakomena
ndinywe muvatumbuka vana muri vezi avana venu mbovavede mbonya mbumwe akakonzya kuvatumbuka vana kuvakomezya akuvaziva mbovavede mwete kuvaziva. If you sow the wind, automatically you will reap a whirlwind. Na wasyangaruo kumamanino yote burakambizi sena mukambizi murakarwa karakusamununa no mama matata ikapati no mama etendi nyomwe akatutumbuka eno ndi andobuzya sena twakakumba maentare na okuno kukaromo intare taipiruki kuri banyina awisi pe eno muntu mbotunga twakakumba mai abuntu imuntu urapiruka banyina nebatarika kukomena abawisi urapiruka intare taikweruko romwana intare tapiruki kuri banyina awisi.
Well, that item ends the news flash on PTV2. Let's now take a quick reminder of stories that made headlines. A man of Lilanda compound in Lusaka who was set ablaze by his friend following a fight has died while receiving treatment at Levi Manawasa University Teaching Hospital. Gibson Mwewa Foundation rescues once a woman left homeless by heavy rains. Kalomo's Nazilongo community raises alarm over rising schoolgirl pregnancies linked to lack of secondary school. Thank you so much for staying with us, but for these and other stories, follow our Facebook page and our YouTube channel, that is PTV2 Zambia. On behalf of the entire production team, my name is Untitled Chapter. Bye for now.
Bushe mwalikwata Top Star Decoder. Bushe mwalishiwa kutila kutimwatamba Prime TV2 Zambia pa channel 110 nga chakutila mlefu okumfwa amadiashi ayalekanalekana okufuma kunchende ishapusana. Bakanyekanye mukumipekanisisha amadiashi konse kuntumletu mfuila baliba abaiteanya inshita yonse kumulabasa wenu wa Prime TV2. Prime TV2 omulabasa wenu kumadiashi nembila nsuma mumishi yenu.
What is love if you don't give it away?
Want to charm a woman anyway because you are built to pursue.
A purpose marriage, really, and it takes a lot of intentionality.
True companionship is not proximity. It is a mutual knowing. Intentional love will always win. Join us for Love Diaries, where couples share their love stories, play fun games, and more. Love Diaries, where love is honest, learning is constant, and conversations matter. Love Diaries, love will always win.